Well, good morning, everyone. Hi, Bob the Psychic here. Welcome to Spirit Driven with Bob the Psychic. I am Bob the Psychic, and I want to thank you all for being here this morning. So we're going to do what we normally do. I'm going to draw a few cards here for a weekly message, and then if you have a question you'd like me to answer, feel free to type it in the comments. Please only type your question in there once, because if I catch you doing it more than once, I'm going to skip you, so don't make me do that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Again, I want to thank all of you for being here. Let's see, this deck that's going to talk this week is this one right here, the John Holland Psychic Tarot deck. The first card for this week, partnership alliance. So interesting alliances. Hold on. This card is reminding us that we need to look at some of the people around us and make sure that they are truly doing what they say they are doing, or they're allowing, that they're doing exactly what they are say they're doing, and whether or not they're there for our highest good. There are a few people who are watching this who should be realizing or need to realize or somehow want to notice or need to notice that some of the people around them are not doing exactly what they say they're doing, or they're not really good for them. In other words, that the situation is very toxic and that it's time to let those people go. I'm getting the sense too that on the people who have the toxic ones around them, you might have noticed that maybe 3 weeks ago, if that makes sense. And about 3 weeks ago, you would have noticed that. The next card for this week is spiritual strength. So in terms of the people around us, we're being called upon to use our spiritual strength to decide as to whether what it is we're going to do, that we're going to ask divine for some guidance about whether those toxic people should remain for some short period of time, or whether we need to jettison them now. This is also a reminder to come from a place of spiritual connection when you're looking at those relationships that you do need to question, or the ones that you are wondering about that don't seem to fit or be right for you anymore. And the last card then is triumph. So this suggests that after you look at those partnerships and that you look at connect them with your spiritual strength, or allow your spiritual strength to decide whether the partnerships are valid, whether you should stay with them, that there'll be a great triumph. It's like you'll get a great sense of happiness or victory or success, especially, I guess it depends on what it is you end up doing. But if you do end up moving those people away from you, that it will bring you a sense of triumph. And at the same time, if you decide to keep them around you, well, they're showing me the cards upside down. So it is really about making a decision of whether all of the people around you really deserve to be around you, or whether it's time for you to put yourself first, stop sacrificing, stop giving so much without something being given in return, and making sure that there's like an even energy exchange. And if there's not, then moving forward and letting them go. All right, let's go ahead and get started up here. Again, only one question per person. Thank you all for being here. First person is Sorav. Welcome. I believe you are new. Why Nikki doesn't want me to travel to her? I know she's making excuses, though. She changed her mind about, I got no. I feel like she's making excuses because I get that my guys are saying that she's not interested. God, I hate to be the bearer of bad news like that, but I feel like for some reason there's something else going on around her, and that she doesn't want to be in the situation that she would say she's being forced into. And at some point, though, what's interesting is the card that wants to pop out is this one. This is about family happiness. It's interesting that I'm getting that she does not want to be around you, but it's family happiness. Maybe this is a sign. So I feel like one of the things I just talked about the people around you and the spiritual connection and spiritual strength, that message was for you, my friend, I'm going to guess. So you need to look at this situation and figure out what it is you want to do next. If she's giving you those mixed messages, if you feel like she's making excuses, is it worth fighting this battle or not? My guys are saying no, it's not, that she's kind of trying to tell you in a really nice way. So if that makes sense, hopefully that will help you. If you want to know more about that, or you have questions about that, you're welcome to go to my website and book a full-on consultation where at least I'll be able to talk to you. Next person, Denise. Will I get sick? Wow, you know what? I am going to decline answering this one. And here's why. I feel like a lot of times when people, you kind of attract what you put out there. So if you're wondering if you're going to get sick, you're kind of putting it out there like, oh, please make me sick. But if you're wondering, yeah, so I'm going to decline because I feel like you know what to do here. So I'm just going to decline on that one. So again, don't put it out in the universe about being sick. All right. So sorry about that. I'm just going to decline on that. Next one, Ralph, your marriage. Hold on a second. Your marriage is going into a new phase. I feel like that kind of starts in August, but between now and then, I feel like it's a rough ride or a bumpy ride, especially until July. I feel like you guys need to be speaking with someone or, yeah, like having a different kind of communication style, like learning a different kind of communication style so you're not always at each other's throats, especially the way that you were at each other's throats in March and April. So hopefully that will make sense. But I don't feel like the marriage is going to blow up, but I feel like there's just a rough ride till it gets back into some kind of alignment or better shape, and that would be in July. Okay, or July, August rather. Next person. Ralph, oh, I'm sorry, that last person, that was for Ruby. I misread that one. Got a new house. Will this one go through the new lender? I'm hearing yes and no on that. So there still are some questions or some issues that haven't been resolved yet, but I do feel like this week they will be resolved and you'll have a better idea of how that's going to play out and whether you're going to be able to achieve. Whatever happened with the last lender, I feel like since I used to be a realtor, whatever happened with the last lender, if you haven't worked to resolve that, the same thing's going to happen again. So, and that's not me being Bob the Psychic. That's kind of the way it goes. So without being able to ask you any questions about that, I can't really give you more than that, but I feel like the answer's still a maybe on that, but I feel like you will know this week. Miranda, let's see, which one are you? This one right here. Your card is going to be stand your ground. So you're being called upon to stand up for yourself, especially from some things that happened in now, like April, May. These are things that have been challenging you. In some ways, you may have put them off or not realized that they are, I don't want to say they're a big screaming deal, but there's some kind of like deal, like something that you need to deal with. So this is saying that it's okay for you to stand your ground and put yourself first, that the people who are around you who are telling you differently or trying to make you feel less than, they don't have your highest self. They're not there for your highest self, if that makes sense. So you need to be there for your highest self. That's why I got about standing your ground. So hopefully that one makes sense. Rachel, which one are you? Also wow, I guess we're going to be using this deck for a while. All right, let's see. Wow, Rachel, around you, what's the mental conflict you're having? You know that you're ready to move forward, and I feel like you're ready to clean some things up. Specifically, they're showing you like a house or an apartment. Well, I think it's more a metaphor. I don't feel like your apartment's like trashed and you need to clean it up, like hire like a housekeeper type thing. But there must be something regarding where you're living that needs to be cleaned up or straightened up so that you can move forward and get what it is you really need or want out of the situation. So I feel like over the next month or so, it might be longer than that, you're going to be looking at where you're living or how you're living or whatever that thing is and straightening that situation out so there doesn't seem to be as much stress around it. Okay, hopefully that one will make sense. Hello, Barbara. Let's see, what deck would you like? I'll give you this one. Okay. Hey, this is a good one for you. Every journey starts with a single step, so continue going down the road that you're going on. There's still new opportunities coming your way. There's at least 3 of them, and that you're going to be able to actually fulfill all of those or fulfill all of your wishes in dealing with these 3 areas or these 3 events. If they haven't started yet, although I think they did, I feel like they started in April, like last month, towards the end of last month, because a lot of it had to do with Pandora's gift. Like opening up a new sense of energy around you, a new drive, new direction, a new connection, I want to say, with spirit and the divine. And in terms of the last time when I mentioned that Will and your daughter, yeah, that was weird. But I still feel like that's a connection thing. Like maybe their connection is getting better when I looked into that a little further. All right, Chandra, let's see. What do I got for you? This one. Love. Hold on. Okay, you're finally ready to make the choice as to whether you want to have a romantic relationship in your life or whether you'd like to stay things the way they are. I feel like that this choice is coming up all around you right now. It's something you might just be thinking about in the back of your mind. It's not like something you're going to go like take action on like go and like, I don't know, go on like on a dating app or anything like that. But there is something about love around you, and whether you're going to allow it to grow or continue or connect with you in a new way. I feel like this is, again, something you've been thinking about or having in the back of your mind, and now you're ready to like release the thought and put it into action. So hopefully that one will make sense for you. Shar, let's see, which one are you? Brown. Okay, so Shar, your message is heaven sent. This is about remaining open to messages from the universe. And many of the situations around you, especially within the last month, have come from divine or come from spirit in a way that only spirit would know to be able to do with it. I feel like you might have looked at it as a set of unique coincidences, or a set of unique like aha moments, but really it was the universe like shaking you up in some way and showing that you are connected, and that there are situations around you where spirit is intervening into making sure that it goes perfectly just for you. So you're supposed to remain on the path that you're on right now, full of goodness and light and greatness, I want to say too. So if that helps you in some way, know that you're doing the right thing. That's the message I got there. Hold on, let me have a little water here. Alicia, a little about the guy she will end up with. She's seeing someone and wants to know if this is... Well, I don't like doing readings for third parties over, yeah. So I will say this though, my guides are saying that it is not the one. But that does not mean that she is not supposed to be with him for this time, because there is a great lesson that the two of them are supposed to learn together. I do feel like it is a long-term relationship, meaning like not like a flash in the pan, that she's going to be with him for a while. But I don't believe that it doesn't feel to me like it's going to go like all the way to marriage, but that's not a bad thing. And she should not take what the words I just said and try to change anything. She needs to let it play out the way it is. And if I were you, I would tell her that I said I didn't know, that, you know, or I wouldn't say. That's my suggestion for you, because my gut feeling is on that is if you say something, then she's going to react differently, and it's going to change that whole flow. And I totally get that's not supposed to happen. There's a very valuable lesson the two of them are working on together. They have known each other in a previous life, so it's important that they play that out and that nothing gets in the way of that, so they'll be able to wrap it up in this lifetime to move forward. So my best advice to you, even though I already answered it, would be like to say I wouldn't answer it, or however it is you want to say that. For all I know, though, she's watching and she might have already heard me. So hopefully she will take the other part, the last part I said, really to heart and don't make any changes. Okay? That would be my message. Sibahan, all right, hold on a second. This one. Carrie's next, then Jamie, then Desert Love. Meticulous. Ooh, you don't have to be as meticulous as you have been. This is in terms of work or career or finance, something about that. Like you're watching it so hard that it's okay for you to allow it to breathe in some way and have some flexibility in some way. That you've been so like caught on one thing, or have your eyeballs focused so tightly on one thing that it needs some space to grow and some space to shift. I hope that one makes sense. Hold on, one more. Yeah, because it might be about drama or confusion or drama around it. And maybe that's the drama that you're trying to keep out of. But I feel like whatever that drama thing is, that energy would actually be a good thing. And if I'm right about that, it's over, whatever the drama piece is over, like 3 weeks. So it's not a long-term thing. Wow, I hope that makes sense. That was an interesting message, huh? All right, next person, Carrie, anything you need to know? Yeah, you're not really, are you, okay. My guides are saying you're not really ready to make a big shift that's around you. It's something you've been contemplating, and they're telling you it's like something you've been like saving up for, and you're all ready to go do it. My guide said you need to put it off a little bit more, maybe till the end of the summer, that this isn't the right moment to put that plan or to put all of that into motion yet, that you still need some time to work out some other things that will make more sense, or that will kind of make the shift easier, not as much drama around it. Okay, hopefully that one made sense. Let's see, next question. Making a change or stay right where you are. You do need to make a subtle change. It's not a huge one. So they're saying it's just a subtle one. And I feel like it's really about enjoying where you're at now and letting the lessons come to you easily, letting the energy flow back and forth without being so critical about, wow, does this mean something? Do I have to do something? As compared to just kind of letting it like ebb and flow. That's what they're showing me inside my head. So hopefully that one will make sense to you. All right, next person. Desert Love. Next, we have Heather, Rhonda, Anad, Jessica. All right. Do I see anything for you health-wise? Not really. Hold on. Let me see. What am I supposed to say to her? Think about her health. My guides are saying that you're clearer than what you might think, and that much of the worry or concern you have about your health stems from something way in the past and something that may not be around you really anymore. And the cards that popped out with that, interesting. You know what? Whatever I said at the very beginning about partnerships and alliances and spiritual strength, that's where my those two cards both wanted to pop out as the message for you. So maybe that's about health, about some of the partnerships around you not being healthy. So if you missed the message in the very beginning, when this is done, it will process and then you can go back and watch it. It's like the first, I don't know how long do I do that for, 3 or 4 minutes maybe. But that might be the answer for you. Heather. Let's see here. Heather, your card is inspiration. Right now, you're a big inspiration to many people in your family and the friends around you. There are things that you are doing that have really caught some of them off guard and giving them a sense of knowledge of a part of you that they've never seen before, or some area around you that they're just so proud of in some way, or they notice that you're very proud of that. So you're supposed to continue to be the inspiration and inspiring those around you. Much of the inspiration you do comes from words or phrases. It's like something you are telling people that you may not have told them before or may not have allowed out. But whatever I just said, she feels she knows is acknowledgement. It's like you would be saying to me, if I could hear you, wow, Bob, I already knew that, something to that effect. So it's like I'm acknowledging for you whatever it is that's already been going on around you. I might have given you some clarity on that too, but really it's acknowledgement that you are being that inspiration, just as I want to say, like as you always have wanted to be. Okay, Rhonda, this one. Rhonda, your card is the Three of Pentacles. My guides are saying it's important that you continue to follow the plan that you laid into motion like beginning of April or sometime during April, that even though it might not have played out as quickly as you wanted to, or you feel as though there needs to be a change, my guides are saying, no, you're fine just the way you are. You need to allow it to continue going forward, and that it will turn to the way you really want it to be, or whatever it needs to happen. I want to say that'll be by the beginning of June. So just stick with it. It feels like I'm supposed to tell you to be patient about that, because whatever that plan thing is, it has